Hey, Mr. Stan 913 here. This is Kinzua Bridge State Park in McKean County, Pennsylvania. Let me first apologize. While I filmed this video, I did not know that my wireless microphone was not working. So I am doing a voiceover of this entire video of Kinzua Bridge State Park. This bridge collapsed in 2003 from an F1 tornado, and they made the bridge into a lookout area into the valley, and you can actually see the wreckage from the F1 tornado still today. This is the visitor center and parking area. There's a playground area for kids. This was a pretty cool day when we got to the park. So why don't you join me for this? So when you enter the visitor center, there's a replica of a bridge there, and there's a big window right in the front. And when you look out the window, you can see the lookout that you can walk over to look down in the valley. Here you can take pictures. There's a lot of information you can read about. There's an informational desk off to the right. As you see here, families were taking pictures, and off there is where there's a lot of information about the park and about the bridge. And when you look out the window here, you can see the lookout from a distance through the trees. This was just a picture, an aerial shot of the lookout and the debris you can see down below. My friend Bob was just showing me the picture, and he was taking pictures of that picture as well. Now, when you walk into the other room, there's a replica of the Statue of Liberty. This bridge was taller than the Statue of Liberty, and there's a lot of information about that here. And as you can see, there's train tracks above. There's a little train that goes around this area, and it stops at little TVs and tells you information about the park and about the bridge. There's also like little slide things here you can spin and play a little movie of the bridge. Back in the days when locomotives used to go over. Over here, as I'm walking over, you see the train coming. And I was like, wow, look at this train coming across. I got to follow this. So at this point, I was just following the train. I thought it was really cool. But I didn't know, and you'll see later on in the video, where the train stops and actually tells you information about the bridge and about the park. And about the area too. I just thought this was really cool, watching this little train go across, and it was making the train sound, the locomotive train sound. And it goes right by the Statue of Liberty. This is a little display that tells you about that fatal day in 2003 when workers were working on the bridge, and the F1 tornado came through and tore down the bridge down to into the valley. And here's where the little train stopped, and you can see the little TVs each time it stopped, and it told the story about the bridge and the area surrounding the bridge. This also tells you in the lower level that there's a gift shop and more exhibits downstairs. There's also a video that you can watch. As you're walking down the steps here, you can see there's it's like a video off to the left. And there's two videos there you can sit down and watch about the bridge. And there's more display areas in the gift shop also. And then those doors right there take you outside. See, people are having fun looking at the displays. And then I decided to walk outside for a little bit, and you can see from a distance there's the lookout part of the bridge where you walk out in between those trees there. This was about 61 degrees, and it was in the morning. And I walked over here to just look around the area. I looked back at the visitor center, and you see those people there. That's another area where you can walk down and view the bridge from the side, and you can see more of the debris. It was such a nice day. The visitor center is really nice looking, and then you can walk over here, and this is where it takes you right to the bridge. And on the bridge, you'll see how high you are. And that day, it was pretty windy. You know, one person I heard saying that they could feel the bridge moving a little bit, but I really didn't feel it at all. But this was just me walking over. And again, you can see there's a lot of information to read about the bridge. And there's some arrows there pointing down to the other lookout. And that is just me looking at the visitor center here. I was waiting for Dorothy, our two friends, to come out from the visitor center, and we were going to go walk out onto the bridge. As you see, I'm walking closer to the bridge now. You can see how far out it goes. This is what they made as the walking point. You can walk out to the bridge. You can see from a distance way over the other side of the bridge. You can't access the bridge from that side. That's closed off. So this is when we started walking out on the bridge. You see they kept the train tracks to let you see how the train went across. And there's spaces in between there. So when you're walking across there, you can just be careful you don't have anything in your pocket that's going to fall out or you drop your phone. You see I leaned the camera over just to show you what it looks like from the side. And you can walk either side to walk out on the bridge. And that day it was very windy. They were calling for 20 to 25 mile per hour gusts. Beautiful picture taking too. And you'll see here, I'll lean the camera over and then you'll really see the debris from the F1 tornado. So there's the debris. And down in the valley. So I just continued to walk. Dorothy and our friends were behind me. But this is looking down now, how far down you can see. And the wind started to pick up pretty heavy as you got up farther. But when you got out there, it was really nice. And you'll see in between here, you can, instead of walking on the tracks, they got this little space here where you can walk across if you want to walk on the other side and take pictures. But there were just some beautiful shots. It was such a beautiful day. Windy, a little cold, but oh God, it was such a beautiful day. And I saw this bridge on a commercial for Visit PA, and I always wanted to come here. And when Dorothy told me that we were going, I was really excited. So here we are coming out to the end of the bridge, and you see this glass floor. You can walk across this. There were some people that were scared. I was a little bit, but you'll see I put the camera down to show you how far down you can go. And you see they have metal there, metal beams, so you really can't fall through. But it was fun to look at, and you see how far down you can go. There was a man there. He was really funny. He didn't want to go across. So we tried to coax him to go across, and he still wouldn't do it. So here is what it looks like from after the tornado down below. It's still there today. And you can see the other side as well. It was so impressive. I'm telling you, you really have to come see here. You can see the little creek really close down there below. It just was really cool. And it's a great picture location. Our friends took pictures of me and Dorothy, and it was really nice. And turning back now, you'll see, here's the funny man. He was really funny. He was afraid to go across the glass, and my wife, Dorothy, was trying to coax him and going across. And here's some more shots of the debris. It's really impressive when you see it, that they kept it there. And again, here we are still, just taking in the beautiful sights here. It just was really, really cool. And then over here is another lookout. That's the other lookout where you saw those people walking down. And we come off the bridge after this and we go to that other lookout. But we just spent as much time as we wanted out here, and you can spend as much time as you want. It just was really cool. I keep saying this, but it was really cool. And this is us just walking back. And I picked this side because I was on the other side going out. So I wanted to pick this side. And looking down, you can see with the spaces here, just got to be careful when you're walking on that nothing falls out of your pockets, because you're not going to get it back. And then this is looking out again over the valley, and then, the mountains here in Pennsylvania are just beautiful. Now this is walking down that other path to see a lookout of the bridge from the side. So this isn't the far walk. It's probably like maybe 2 to 3 minutes, and you come around a bend there, and you'll see there's steps to go down to the other lookout. And if you get tired, there's benches there that you can take a break. But again, it was a very cool day. I did have a light jacket on, and here's the the little path to go down. And they tell you it's a picture-taking platform. And again, there's information everywhere about the bridge, and there's also free binoculars there that you can look down at the debris, and there's some more information about the bridge and the area. But look at this shot of that from the side. And Dorothy and my friends were down below, and I just wanted to get this shot first. But yeah, it was really cool. And then I'm coming down now to the end of this platform to get a better shot. And there was a family there that we actually took their picture, and then they took a picture of us in front of the bridge and the debris. Now, this was the fun part. There's a path that takes you all the way down to the valley so you can see the debris up close. But I would recommend being careful, because these rocks are very steep, and it took a little bit of time to get down. You can see these people are having a little bit of a hard time getting down. I was a little careful too with the camera, and so was Dorothy, because there's rocks there and it's a little slippery. But the rocks are like steps, but they're pretty steep. So you have to take your time. And there's some spots where it stops, like right here. And then I took a picture of the bridge. But look how big that structure is. And it's a great picture taking spot. And there is a bench there that you can sit down to break. But again, you can see where they worked on the bridge to reinforce it. And you can see that, where you can walk out and the debris. So we continued our way down, just slowly. Again, there's rocks and there's big boulders that they're like steps, but you just have to be careful going down because they are a little slippery. And it was dry. It's dry. It was dry in Pennsylvania that time of year. And this is another level we're at, and we continue to go down. And you see as we're getting lower and lower into the valley. And we weren't stopping. We had to see this. We had to get to where the debris was. We wanted to see this up close. And I highly recommend it. It is worth it. And then it flattens out. You see how Dorothy's walking a little slow because it was a little steep. But those rocks were a little slippery, again, because it was dry. No rain. And then we came to another level right here. And again, there's places to stop and rest. But you can just see how high this bridge is. It was taller than the Statue of Liberty. And as you see, we're closer to the debris. And this path goes all the way down, so you just keep going. So now we're like off of the rocks and we're just walking on a dirt road here. Dirt path. You see, this is the dirt path. Now, one thing we did see when we were here, we did see a snake, so just be careful as you're walking because there are snakes in the area. We just saw one when we were standing looking at the bridge. One went right by us. Didn't bother us, it just went right by us. They're more scared of us. And as we came around here, you'll see there's a bridge, and this bridge goes across a little creek so that you can get on the other side close to the debris. But again, I was seeing where I was going, watching, making sure there was no snakes or anything like that. But there is the bridge from a distance, and then we have to go over this little bridge to go around to see the debris. You see I crossed the bridge here. And on our way back over this bridge, we did see some bear tracks along the water. My wife was looking at them, and she said, they're bear tracks. But there was no bear in the area. But there's the bridge to look out from way down below. So we come around here, there's some more people coming back, and you see we're getting closer to the debris. And we go right up to you go right up to the concrete pylons too that were in the ground, and they were massive. I tried to get Dorothy to up on one so I could take a picture of her, but they're pretty tall. It was hard for me to get her up there, so we couldn't do it. But this is us coming around now. You can see, look at the devastation here that happened. And I was actually kind of shocked that there wasn't a lot of since 2003, not a lot of trees or anything that have grown here. But we were pretty far down, and this took about 20 minutes. It wasn't that long. I mean, it looked like it was steep going down with the rocks and the steps, but it was about 20 minutes. And I keep saying it, I highly recommend coming here. If you're visiting Pennsylvania, if you're up north in Pennsylvania, this is really, really cool to see. And you could spend close to 2 hours here just walking around. And this path actually went up to the other side, but we just didn't have time. But again, look at how tall that is and the debris that fell to the ground. And this little creek was going down into the stream, so I just wanted to show you this is the pillars that were there that got just ripped off. That's going to do it for today. This is Kinzua Bridge State Park in Pennsylvania. I highly recommend this. It took us 20 minutes to go down, 20 minutes to go back up. So if this is your first time watching, welcome. And please don't forget to subscribe. If you'd like to receive future notifications, hit the bell. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It lets us know what you like. This is Mr. Stan 913 in Northwest Pennsylvania. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you again soon.